We're back, chat. We are so back. Tim Tams are an Australian chocolate covered biscuit. Google it to see what they look like. You probably see why they're popular. Tim Tam. Well, now you got me curious, Chad. Sorry, the music's gonna cut out, but I gotta know. Tim Tams. Okay. Oh. Travis, of course I don't know Tim Tams. I've said before, I live in Texas, not Australia. I know, like, in terms of climate, they're very similar, but... No, I don't know. Well, I mean, I didn't know Tim Tams before today, but... I see what you're talking about. They got a little something going on. They got a little something. Let's see. No, you know what? It's better if I don't. It's better if I don't. Because what it's going to make me want to do is it's going to want to make me buy some off of Amazon. And considering that I just spent almost $20 on one fucking meal, and I'm going to have to eat ramen the rest of this week, I probably shouldn't be looking at a bunch of junk food that I'm then immediately going to want to go to fucking Amazon and buy like 500 packs and just stow those away in the pantry. So I'll just file that away in the back of my mind as junk food to buy at a later date. It will be on my to-do list sometime in the future. Tim Tams are pretty popular all over the place. I mean, you say that. I've literally never heard of them before today. Like, before you guys mentioned Tim Tams, I had never even heard of them. So, I mean, it could just be that I don't get out enough. Or it could be you fucking crazy Aussies and your crazy fucking Aussie junk food, and I mean, don't get me wrong, I like what I see. I definitely want to try them out. I'm not knocking you junk food. Nah, it's all good, Travis. Again, I can clearly see them on Amazon. And there are a few places here in the city where I live that have, you know, they call them like cultural stores, but you can get a lot of like stuff from overseas. They sell like, you know, different foodstuffs from all over the world. Some European stuff, a lot of Japanese and Chinese and Korean stuff, like actual legit German chocolate, all that kind of stuff. So Target carries Tim Tams. Do that. So here's the thing. Tim Tams may have been a thing since forever. And I just like, you know, because it's just, when you go down the junk food aisle, there's like 5,000 different kinds of cookies and candies and snack foods and stuff like that. And like, you already know what you like. You already know what you're into, and so you don't really explore. Like, I got no problem with trying different flavors of Kit Kats, like, you know, Japanese flavors of Kit Kats, because I know, like, I already know that I like a Kit Kat bar. And so for me, like, because the base food is good to me, I'm willing to try new things. But, like, I'd never heard of a Tim Tam. Never seen a Tim Tam. It's not necessarily that there's anything wrong with Tim Tams, it's just like I had never seen them before, and I may have passed them up 100,000 times over the course of my life, and it just never registered to me because, like, looking at the package, it doesn't even show you what's in the package. It's just Tim Tams and a color, and it's like, okay, well, that doesn't help me. You know why I buy Oreos? Because I can see the Oreo on the package. Anytime I buy a food that, like, every time I buy a food that I've never seen before, it's usually because I see it on the package, and I'm like, that looks good, I want to try it. But with the Tim Tams, because it doesn't have it on the package, it never got my attention. But now that I've actually seen one, and I'm like, oh, that looks really fucking good now that I've seen it. So the next time I go to the grocery store, I will go down the junk food aisle. As a matter of fact, I gotta go to the grocery store tomorrow. So when I go to the grocery store, I will go down the junk food aisle, and I will see if I can find some Tim Tam. Because now I'm curious. Now I'm very curious. They look so okay. Here's my first time ever hearing of them. My first impression when I saw the picture just now, when I looked it up on the Google machine, my first impression was it looks like a fancy Kit Kat. That was my first impression. I don't know if it tastes anything like that, but that was just my first impression looking at it. But again, I love Kit Kats. So if it's anything like a Kit Kat, like, again, I am 100% here for it. I'm more than happy to try it out. But they look good. They look good. So yeah, assuming that I remember, and assuming that they're not too expensive when I go to the grocery store tomorrow, I will, I'll grab a pack, and I'll let you know what I think. I hope that they taste as good as they look. Anyway, I have to stop for a moment, and I have to thank Troubleshooter11 for the 100 Bezos bucks, saying Tim Tam Fund engaged. Well, you don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. I'll get my hands on some Tim Tams, don't worry. But I appreciate the 100 Bezos bucks all the same. Thank you, Troubleshooter. You do not have to do that, but I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. I always do. Imported, so the tax above just caused all that. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not sitting here saying I don't understand why they would be expensive, but like, if they want $10 for a pack of Tim Tams, like, sorry, that's... Like, that might be good, but they ain't that good. $4.49 at Target for original and mint. See, that's very affordable. I'm good with that. $5? All right, I can do that. Yeah, like I said, I'll check the store when I go grocery shopping tomorrow. If we have them, if they have them, I'll definitely give them a try. It is a transaction. Troubleshooter, it is a transaction. You pay me and I streak. That's how it works. It's a transaction. No, I get it. You don't have to explain, Troubleshooter, but you know, I am always self-conscious about that. It never feels right to accept generosity from strangers. I've said many times before, that's just the way I was raised. It's never not gonna make me feel weird. I do appreciate it. I always appreciate it. Never think that I don't. But it's never not gonna make me feel awkward. Just again, that's the way I was raised, it's who I am. Or Vegemite. You get the fuck out of here with that. No. I recently tried Vegemite for the first time because y'all motherfuckers are, well, I say y'all motherfuckers, y'all Aussies in the Discord are always talking about Vegemite. I tried Vegemite recently. Just because you guys are living on the verge of death every time you walk out the door doesn't mean that the rest of us want to live like that, okay? Not everybody enjoys living on the fucking edge, alright? That stuff was awful. It was absolutely awful. And don't get me wrong, I'm not criticizing Australia. I'm criticizing Vegemite. And it was terrible. Meh. Anyway. I said we're back. It's been like 20 minutes. Here we are, still in the infirmary. But let's go. Let's go, chat. let's get back to what we were doing. So we got 47 hours, roughly 2 days. 2 days to finish the conditioning for myself, to finish training on our other rookie. We got 5 days left on the vial, 14 days on the intel, and the power armor is paused. But let's go ahead, let's get back to the geoscape chat. We've knocked out a black site, so that's gonna take us, that's gonna knock some progress off the Avatar project. You'd love to see it. And hey, look at that! Potential for more intel. Let's see. 7 days to potentially get some more intel. I mean, we do need to make contact with more areas. So just looking at it, we could potentially make contact here in the northern part of South America. We've got a one pip facility here. We could also make contact in the Middle East, the Sinai, and that would give us a 2 pip facility that we could take out. And that's pretty much all the available black sites on the map at the moment. We've already knocked out all the rest of them. But we're getting pretty close to making contact with all the remaining areas. We got 1, 2, 3 more areas that we need to make contact with. And then that'll give us access to, well, I'm sorry, 3. We still got to make contact down here in Eastern Strea. And then we'll have access to the entire map. Again, we still want to try to progress the storyline as much as we can, because that's going to give us the ability to knock out the Chosen, which is the next big thing that we need to do. Kid loves ketchup chips. Those things stink to high heaven. I mean, if you don't like the smell of ketchup, I could see how that would be the case. Brazil would be a good start. Only problem is we know it's... Oh, wait, never mind. There's another area down here. I did not realize. Okay, so there's actually more areas on the map than I thought. We just don't see them yet because we're not adjacent to them. So never mind. We have more than 4 areas. My mistake. But we need like 60 intel to make contact here. I think we need 60 intel here as well. To make contact in Western Europe. Actually, do we? Why can... Oh, no. We have to make contact in India. Well, that's 30 intel. And we have 45, so... Let's see, that's 60. This is probably still gonna be 60. Yeah. What about Strea? Strea is also 60. So I guess India is the move? I think India is the move. Although... So the issue with India is the Chosen have already cracked down on India, and so you can see the income there is already low. It's already at 28 instead of 50, which kind of sucks. Shit. Decisions, chat. We gotta do something. We gotta do something. I mean, making contact with more areas to me is better because it increases our monthly income, even if that income is low. So I think we spend the 30 intel. Again, it's instant contact.
All of our available communications capacity. We can't establish any new contacts.
Yes, okay. Thank you, Shen. Thank you, Shen. Thank
after
you,
something in
Central.
this area.
Thank you, everybody. I'm good. I've done this before. All right. So now we're over 300 income per month. That's good. That is outstanding. I think next we hit up this intel convoy and hope that we can get that complete before the next op comes up. Because we are going to end up with another op. It's not an if, it's a when. So let's do it.
New course.
Because we're going to need more intel in order to make inroads and hit more black sites.
Together, we have succeeded in our task.
All right, outstanding. So, we just finished up this to recruit a scientist, which is good. That will help increase the speed of our research. And then let's see what the next ones are. So we could gather intel, but that's only 38 intel. That's not a whole lot. We could go for resistance orders, suit up, all armor and vest projects are completed instantly. That would be good if we were making armor, but we're not. Because this is only in the proving ground. This would not make our powered armor complete instantly. Recover loots, just random alien loot. We could do a facility lead. So if we're gonna focus on black sites, I mean, that's true, Earth, but maybe the aliens, like, I don't know, fucking made the Urals all pink and glowy and shit. Who knows? Don't get me to lying. I have no idea why you'd have to go through India to get to Eastern Europe. Doesn't make any sense. Let's see. What are the resistance orders? So we already looked at that one. What's the other one? Volunteer army. On every mission, there's a chance that a resistance soldier will join the XCOM squad. That sounds really good. But do we get to keep the soldier? That's the real question. Because if we don't get to keep him, if it's just some random fucking mook, then that's not super useful, because those guys usually die really quickly. I mean, I guess I could potentially send him forward and use him as a scout. But honestly, I like either gather intel or expose weakness. But once again, we can't expose weakness because we don't have any of our heroes as a high enough level. We've been working on it, but we're not quite there yet. I think we go for the intel, because again, the intel is going to be necessary. We need intel to make contact with other areas. And we're going to need to make contact with other areas. But the facility lead is good as well, because the facility lead will allow us to knock down more progress on the Avatar project. What do you think, chat? Intel or facility? I'm split. I'm not sure which we should do. I mean, both are good, and we need to do both. But I'm a little curious. What do you guys think? Do we go for intel, or do we go for a facility lead, chat? Chat seems to say intel. Alright, intel it is. So, let's get our people wind up. And let's see, potential for soldier wounded is moderate. We could potentially throw a scientist at that to make it go away. I don't really care because we don't use either of our hero units in battle. So I'm going to send them without the scientist, and the reason that I'm doing that is not because I don't care if they get wounded, but because that scientist is going to be more useful to us, helping us speed up our research. Like, I'm willing to let them get injured if we can complete the research projects that we're working on faster. Because the faster we can get through those story researches, the faster... You're telling me, Shinigami. But the faster we can get our research done for the story, the faster we can attempt to take out the Chosen. Alright, there we go. Let's begin that covert action.
People to get underway immediately.
And in the meantime, what do we got? We got, you're complaining, unstaffed engineer. Okay. Have an engineer then. And experimental sign could potentially take an engineer. What is this? What is that? Oh, new trait acquired. Great. Tribal Typhoon is having a fucking day. chance to... Wait, you already had this. Tribal Typhoon already had that game. Let's see. And I can't remove negative traits because he's currently being healed. We still have one unstaffed engineer, but I don't really know what to do with him because, again, we're not, like, we're not building anything. We do have the resources to build an Illyrium conduit. So here's what I'm thinking. We can build an Illyrium conduit, right? Then we go to Resistance Comms. And we can add the additional comm station, because right now, we're currently at the limit. We're at 8 of 8 contacts. So we upgrade this power relay to give us more power. That'll give us the power to upgrade the resistance comms, which will then allow us to get more contacts, make contact with more areas. No BLM. I don't have anything that nerfs the Chosen weapons, but I do have some mods that make the Chosen more difficult to deal with. Then again, there's also the part of me that kind of wants to save supplies. Let's check engineering first and see if there's like, I don't know if there's anything that I really want to build at the moment, because I think we're kind of good in most respects. Armor. Reinforced frame. Hold on. Let me double check. I want to double check.
Must have been pretty cushy working with Advent.
So, we already know that EW
So
has the reinforced
Like most
frame.
people, I wanted
Erst
to
does
believe
not.
that the aliens were
We're gonna
legitimately
rectify that
interested in
today.
peace. Although they left me little choice when it came to working with them.
We have what
I
we need
admit,
to do it.
I was drawn to the sense of normalcy they offered.
So we're gonna spend the supplies, we're gonna spend the
We
Rex,
should have known better. The aliens
and we
would
are
never
going to
come
get
here if they
Erst
wanted peace.
his
As I
reinforced
said,
frame.
It was a mistake. One I hope to atone for through my efforts with XCOM.
Then I'd say you've got your work cut out for you.
There you go, Erst. You are now officially upgraded. You have now achieved parity with your Kohai. Are Advent Burgers people? I mean, would it surprise you either way? Pauldrons. Yes, you do in fact have pauldrons. You know what? I'm kind of curious. Body. I mean, I could give you... Oh, look at that. We could go with the old school. The old school mech arms. The old school mechs were so bulky. Can you put the mechs through training? I would assume so. Since they still technically count. God, look at that. He's so beefy. Look at this shit. I forgot how chunky the original XCOM mech troopers were. God, look at that. He's such a fat ass. Look at this. God, he's just... He's all which, I mean, makes perfect sense. It makes like, Erst is all about, like, I am the cover. It makes perfect sense to just make him the biggest, beefiest motherfucker. Yeah, that is a proper dump truck. I mean, he probably outweighs a dump truck at this point. He got that big dumpy. He got that big dumpy. Anyway, we've been fucking around long enough, Chad. It's time to get back to the GS game. Oh, no, wait, never mind. The whole point was I wanted to spend supplies to get the equipment that we needed. I did that. Let's upgrade the power relay. So we got the Illyrium conduit. Bam, there we go. So that gives us more power, which then allows us to upgrade the comm station. That's gonna burn through most of our supplies. What day is it? It's August 12th. Just thinking, chat. No, you didn't mishear me, Virgin. I called him a fat ass. Fat. As in P-H-A-T? Nah. F-A-T. Fat ass. In a good way, though. Like, in an endearing way. Okay, chat. If we spend the 125 supplies on the comm station, then that leaves us with roughly 40 supplies left for the rest of the month, unless we get supplies elsewhere. The problem with that is, doing the upgrade now doesn't do us any good because we don't currently have, like, we only have 15 intel. So buying the upgrade now doesn't do us any good because we wouldn't even be able to put the additional comm station to use. So I'll tell you what we'll do. No. There we go. I'll put our engineer here. And we'll see what we can do with this. Because what we can do is we can start using lost corpses to get meld, and we can start doing psionic gems. Because we've only got one psionic soldier, like, we gotta look at potentially doing a little more with the people that we have. We gotta make them better. Gotta make them stronger. Better, faster, stronger. So, let's start them on a psionic gem. Well, no, that costs supplies, never mind. We'll start them on the lost... Fuck it. No, we have the supplies, let's do it. We're gonna make a gem, goddammit. Alright, so we'll do that. We've already got the scientist here. We got psionic grading, so... Alright, let's see. Who do we want to put in? Who do we want to put in the tube, chat? Travis says, pick me, coach. I mean, Travis is only a squatty. Hi, Travis. We'll put you in the tube. Alright. Now what? Idle staff proving ground. God damn, you people are so needy. Alright, let's choose a project at the proving ground. We still got some supplies. Skull mining, as if the skulljack itself wasn't invasive enough. Tygan has conceived of a more thorough means of extracting information from Advent soldiers. This new skull mining technique could lead to new intel gains for our enemies, could even grant access to hidden alien facilities for the purpose of sabotage. Can also upgrade our skulljacks to significantly enhance the hacking ability of any soldier carrying one. That's 75 supplies and 1 Illyrium core, but that makes our skulljack better. So here's the problem, guys, because we talked about this before. I know that technically it'll let us put Erst in for the psychic grading, but that's just because he's human. The psychic grading does not give you psychic powers. It only gives you the ability to use psychic powers. Now the problem with that is, you can't use psychic powers without a psiam. And the issue with that is that mech troopers can't use psiams. So even if we stuck Erst in the tube and got him graded for psychic powers, it wouldn't do any good because he'd never be able to use them. Because he's not able to use the equipment that lets him use psychic powers. But I think we go with skull mining. Let's do it.
We'll get started right away, Commander. I'll send
There we
word when
go.
the project
Now
is
we're not
complete.
just, you know, letting our supplies sit here and burn a hole in our pocket. Alright, let's continue the intel gathering. What if we just put him back in a human body? I love the way that you say that, as if, you know, all we gotta do is just go pull his arms and legs out of the freezer and glue them back on. Like it's no big deal. I love that you have insinuated that it's that simple. Alright, General Quarters has finished his training as an infantryman. And I have also completed my, blurb. I can words. Have also completed mobility conditioning to gain rally and triage abilities. I have no idea what those do. +2 mobility and +8 ability points. Wait, continue training? I can keep doing that? I thought it... Okay, I was gonna say, I thought it was only once per trooper. Let's see. Chat. Well, first of all, let me go look at Rally and Triage. Let me go look at Rally and Triage. I want to know what those abilities do. I mean, I'm sure we'll find out eventually, but I want to know now. Let's see. Triage restores 8 health to the user and surrounding allies. Removes burning, acid, and poison 1 charge per mission. Holy shit. That ability is awesome. And then what's the other one? Rally. Embolden the resolve of all allies within a 5-tile radius, granting yourself and them bonus shield. Holy fuck, chat. Okay, we're definitely gonna be getting some more... we're doing some more conditioning. Guess I should pay attention when the part I'm placing glows red. 7 days to die. Yes. Yes. Alright, chat. Here's the deal. You know the drill. Nobody say anything. Here we go. If your name is on this list, that's Erst, Yes Now, Sierra, No Carrion, Crappy Sniper, or Kolowski. If you are in the chat right now, the first person that says the thing gets to do the thing. Keep in mind, this will have you out of commission for 8 days. Erst says sure. Of course, Erst is the first one to say something. Keep in mind, Erst, if you're out of commission for 8 days, you're probably gonna miss the next op. I'm just saying. If you're okay with that, we can put you through the training. Yeah, I mean, technically Erst did kind of preempt, because he already knew where I was going with that. Actually, Travel Typhoon makes a good point, because since he's out of commission and Yes Now just went on a mission, I mean, again, no offense to you, Erst, but putting people in that have already gone on a mission today actually makes more sense. Because, you know, I like to try to give everybody a chance to get on the field. So if we stick to just the people that have already gone on a mission today, then we don't have to worry about that, right? Because then those folks have already gotten their op in for the day. They can go ahead and go through the training regime. So that way you're available to do the next op, and then that, by extension, makes you available for training after the op is over. So let's go with Yasnet. I like that idea better. What does Yes Now actually need, though, is the question. I guess let's have a look at Yes and see where their strength lies, because I'm kind of a min-maxer in that. Like, I want to take whatever they're good at and make them even better at it. Where are they? They're in here somewhere. Aren't they? Chat, am I blind? No, they're at the top of the list. Jesus. Alright, let's see. So they got 14 mobility already, so mobility would be a good fit. They've also already got a base level aim of 78, so that would be really good. Hack is also pretty good as well, but we're not really using Yes now for hacking. Defense is also pretty good as well. 7 defense is nothing to sneeze at. I'm thinking it's either mobility or aim, because those are her 2 really good stats at the moment. And I think, because the aim will go up naturally over time, I think we give her more mobility. But at the same time, I kind of want to give her something different, because I want to explore the different abilities and... Like, I want to see, does everybody get the same thing when they do the physical conditioning? Or do you get different abilities based on what you check? Can you train Will? I think you can. I'm pretty sure you can. Let's see. I mean, she's got pretty good will compared to everybody else. Everybody else is in like the 50s, the 40s and 50s. She's like upper 60s. Then again, she's also pretty high up there because of her rank. We could do will. I can see the German Dami Mommy taking a will upgrade. I think I'm okay with that. Let's give the Dami Mommy a will upgrade. Will conditioning. Let's see. Grants ability points and new abilities. Will bonus +5 to +10. Alright. Let's do it. Alright, so that takes care of that. Retrain soldier abilities, no. I want to improve the bond, but that's not gonna happen. What about... We still can't remove the negative traits from Tribal Typhoon. That's unfortunate. That's okay. We've done everything we can do. We've done everything we can do. Let us continue. Let's see. Oof. Oof. Well, I say oof. I don't know if Psionic Grade 1 is good or bad. Like, I don't know if 1 is the top or the bottom. Is that, like, is 1 the good one, or is 1 the bad one? Also, I forgot, there was one more trooper that we needed to train, if I remember. Guerrilla Tactics School. Track tension, track tension. Track tension, I know you were out there a little while ago, I just saw you in the chat, but if you are there, here is what you have. Here are your classes. So here we have Pioneer, Hotshot, Commando. So essentially flamethrower with a pistol or a combat knife. Not a great combination, but again, Hotshot is kind of a pistol class. So that could be good, potentially. Essentially we would specialize you in the pistol rather than the flamethrower. Then we have Shadow. So if you don't know, Shadow is like a diet Reaper. Shadow is just like a not quite as good Reaper. They get a lot of the same abilities, but it's not exactly the same class. So we got Shadow, Blade Master, and Officer. So basically Reaper, but with a sword and or the ability to have a hollow targeter. And then we have Shadow, Burner, Commando. So again, the knife, plus the ability to take a gauntlet, and again, the Shadow. So, Track Tension, the question for you is, what class do you choose for yourself? I can't give you whatever you want, but I can give you free choice of these 3 options. Travis seems like a bottom. I would never admit that in public. I love the way that you say, I would never admit that in public, ... as if to imply that you are a bottom, but simply that you wouldn't admit it. Way to leave it ambiguous, buddy. What is our current team lacking? Yeah, Erst is right. At the moment, we have 0 snipers and 0 scouts. So, I mean, that would definitely be filling a niche. That's what she said. that we are currently not taking care of. So if you wanted to go Shadow, you're basically either up close and personal Shadow, basically Scout Sniper with a sword, or Scout Sniper with a gauntlet that essentially has a flamethrower. It's up to you which. Although technically Commando gets a combat knife, which is kind of like a sword. So both options technically have melee. Just said 3. Oh no, he did. Yeah, number 3. Alright, there you go. There you have it. So that'll be however many days. I don't remember how many days it takes. I wasn't paying attention. But yeah, then that'll get track tension all trained up. And now, finally, we can go back to the geoscape. And there we go. Black Site Vial, chat.
Still can't believe it's come to this.
I truly hope those gruesome images are the worst of what we find today.
They're slaughtering us, Doctor. What could be worse?
We're about to find out. I've patched the shadow chamber directly into the ship's computer. It's been sifting through the material we recovered non-stop since our return, cataloging sequences.
Genetic sequences in near infinite combinations, yet all bearing similar genetic markers. Human markers.
There must be thousands of them.
Tens of thousands, and the procedure is still nowhere near complete.
Which is why we need the ship's computer to find out where they came from. By cross-referencing them with the data we've managed to hack from the Advent network. It's an admission file from one of the gene therapy clinics.
Avatar. Just what exactly is in that vial?
In my worst nightmares, I would never have imagined.
Doctor.
I believe we have found the missing civilians.
That's impossible.
The gene clinics. Millions of people just looking for help.
Medically screened and selected. Suitable candidates taken to that contemptible facility to be processed, refined into the material we now possess.
But why do this?
I could not begin to fathom a guess at this point. There exists no research that would ever warrant this.
It's genocide, Doctor. And these people are walking right into it. We may not know what they're doing with this stuff, but I think I can find out where it's going. Got it. It's a high-security production facility. Standard defensive complement.
Then I strongly suggest we pay them a visit, Commander.
Agreed. The information we gain could prove invaluable towards stopping the aliens' true agenda.
New objective added.
So it turns out, chat, whoever doesn't get turned into burgers gets turned into orange juice. Or maybe vice versa. Yeah, Max Dammit might be onto something. Maybe they turn you into orange juice first, and then if you're not good enough to get juiced, that's what she said, then they turn you into a burger instead. Either way. So now we have another black site to go to.
Commander, the shadow chamber is up and running. All we have to do now is put it to use.
It looks like we've got our work cut out for us, Commander.
And we can do the Codex Brain next. That's going to be another 9 days. I really want to continue with the Power Armor project, but again, as previously discussed, we desperately need to progress the story so that we can knock the Chosen off the field, especially the Assassin. And we can't do that until we research these projects. What do we got? Idle staff in the infirmary? Not for long. Guess what, Tribal? Time for you to go see a therapist. And then we got unstaffed soldier in the infirmary. My ass, I literally just put... You know what? Alright. So we got a supply drop in 38 hours. What else do we have? We have a lot of stuff going on. That's
Yeah.
good. That's good. We always want our queue to be
From the
full.
very beginning, it was one failed.
Commander, we have a fix on the location of the Alien Forge facility, but we'll still need to establish contact with the local resistance forces before we can move in to investigate.
Because, of course, it's in an area that we don't currently have access to. Wow, look at this. Look at this operation name, chat. Look at Operation Lead Lust. Not only is it hot and steamy, it's also poisonous. It's very fitting. Yeah, Erst has got the right of it. The enemies do lust for our lead. I mean, it could be lead lust instead of lead lust. So instead of referring to the heavy metal, it could be referring to, like, they are leading in lust. They are ahead in lust. That's what she said. So this is one of the good operation names, chat, because you could read this several different ways. That's the way I like it. That's the way I like it. Let's see, what do we currently have here? Now, of course, we're gonna have to make contact with Europe before we're able to get in here. Which, again, we're kind of working on that now by trying to get our hands on some intel. But let's see, we got, God damn it. So we got Advanced Snake, Elite Shield Bearer, Elite Sentry, Elite Trooper, a Sectopod, a Sentry Rocketeer, Grenadier, Muton, and 2 Codexes. So that could be a little bit rough. What do we need? We need 60 intel. Not only do we need 60 intel, we also need to upgrade the comms. So we'll work on getting the intel first, and then once we have the intel, we can work on getting supplies. Although by that time, maybe the month will have rolled over and we'll have gotten some more supplies. We will see. Alright. XCOM soldiers will suffer greater will losses in combat. Awesome.
Our soldiers took some hits during the most recent covert action.
Yeah,
Word
that's
from
a
the
thing that'll
medical team
happen.
is they'll all be fine.
Thanks, Dad. Alright, what's up next? We're right back where we started. So, we can either do some resistance orders. We still can't expose weakness because we don't have high enough people to do that. Or we could go for alien loot, or we could go for a facility lead, chat. What are you feeling now? What are you thinking? Now's the time to make your voice heard, chat. We could do a resistance order, we could do a facility lead, we could go for some random loot. Your call. Are the orders the same? That's a good question. Let's have a look. Yes. Appears to be the same. My hope is that they'll roll over next month. Oh, man. Chat is divided. Okay, maybe not. Maybe not. I don't know how I feel about this. Are you guys trying to tie this up on purpose? Don't be a butthole, Chad. I mean, I think it's still largely in favor of the loot. Well, not largely, but it is marginally in favor of loot. So the thing that I don't like about this is we have a chance for capture, we also have a chance for ambush. And the only way to negate the capture is by spending intel. Which, I don't really want to spend intel that we just got to negate a soldier capture. Like, I know it's low, but you guys know how my relationship with RNGs is. Like, if I leave this unallocated, somebody's gonna get fucking captured. "100% fine. I love your confidence. I love your confidence." Like, the ambush I could handle. The ambush doesn't really bother me. I'm mostly... Because if one of them gets captured, my fear is that they're gonna go to one of the Chosen. And if they go to the Chosen, then we run the risk of, you know, the Chosen gaining more intel. Which I don't like. Fuck it. I'm gonna do it now. I'll regret it later. Alright. Back to the Geoscape chat. We're gonna get this intel, I swear.
The elders will have me killed.
Alright, here we go.
Forces sent to investigate this site collapse.
Hey, shut up. Optimus Prime is trying to talk.
Tell your soldiers of their
Hey, shut
Got
up.
urgent communication
God
coming in for you
damn
now,
it,
Commander.
Central.
I had high hopes for the Resistance under your leadership, Commander, and you have outdone yourself.
Thank you, Optimus. I appreciate that.
I was good before, but this is something else entirely.
Yeah, okay, thanks.
Whole other level. Slowly, all of the pieces fall
Yes, let's
together.
all have our chance of talking shit.
Closer to
Let me just tell you, this is my favorite part of the month right here. Get to listen to all these purple motherfuckers shit talk. Even though the only time they've ever posed a threat to me is when they shot down the goddamn Avenger, and that's only because they brought 60 other people with them. Every other time we face them on the field, they're usually getting blasted right in the fucking face by a mech trooper. But they're talking that good shit when they got an entire platoon backing them up. Anyway, we got intense training, we got sabotage the Avenger, we got Chosen will initiate an additional dark event. I'm gonna be so happy when I start knocking you motherfuckers off the board. Man, I'm gonna be so goddamn happy. Oh, great. So, random Advent soldiers will gain armor. Random Advent soldiers will do poison damage. A UFO potentially hunts down the Avenger, which will then cause us to have to do another Avenger defense mission. And some other hidden event that we don't know yet. It's getting good, Chad. It's getting good. Yeah, that was pretty good for a nade. When the when the assassin was talking all that good shit, just hiding off in a corner, and then, you know, dude with a shotgun just rolled up and bloop. One time. Alright, let's see what we got here. Let's see what we got here. I mean, I think in general I think we're good with what we have. Like, the only thing that I was thinking about maybe changing out is instead of going stay with me, we go noble cause, where will recovery is faster. but I kind of like stay with me. Although, on the mission in the other timeline that definitely wasn't a failed mission, we had 2 people go down and both of them were instant kills. So maybe this isn't working quite as well as advertised? How long is the current put me in coach name? That's a good question. I know I looked at it earlier, but I wasn't really paying attention to how long the list is. Let's see. There are currently 5 names on the list. AFP. I think we'll stick with the orders we have. I don't necessarily have a problem with the orders that we're currently using. And we got our 218 supplies. Outstanding. Not now. Let's go back to the Avenger, and now that we have the supplies, we're going to upgrade the Resistance comms.
Resistance communications facility upgraded.
And of course, that's gonna put us in a bind because we don't have an engineer to stick in there. Could I... How many gremlins does this generate? 2 staffing gremlins. Just thinking. I'm just thinking. Hold on a second, chat. So we're currently working on the Psychic Gym, which is going to be done in 22 hours. If I pull the engineer that's working on it, Emily jumps it up to 33 hours. I'm good with that. I am good with that. Alright, there we go. An additional 4 resistance contacts. Outstanding. And we're almost at 60 intel. We're at 53 intel. Let's check the black market since it's a brand new month.
Avenger plotting new course.
Market is open.
Let's see what we got. A chosen assassin information. Halves the hunt the chosen covert action time. Well, that would be great if we had that particular thing, which we don't. Nothing that we want to buy here, and unfortunately we only get supplies by selling, not intel, which is kind of butt cheeks. Superior scope. PCS adrenaline, which is good for our psychic troopers. Yeah, nothing really going on at the black market this month. I like scopes. The only problem, BLM, is in order to buy stuff at the black market, you need to spend intel, and I'm trying to save intel so that we can make contact with another region. So, because we have the western, or the east coast of the US, we can immediately make contact here and progress the story. We just need 7 more intel to do it. The other option, of course, is now that we've made contact in India, we could then get into East Africa and then jump up to Europe, or we could go to Eastern Europe and get to Western Europe that way. Either way, I think for the sake of expedience, we would just go straight for Western Europe. But we gotta get 7 more intel to do that. And once we finish this, that should give us the intel that we need.
New course.
So we will continue investigating at this site. Okay, skull mining is done. We got 225 supplies. I think we've only got 2 cores left. That's unfortunate. But I think we spend a core. I think we spend a core on a special ammo type and see what we get out of it. Maybe. I'm kind of tempted to go with another heavy weapon, though. Because I'm just thinking about the mech troopers and potentially well, wait a minute. Why is this instant? Why would I not do it? Ow, butt cheeks. Well, I mean, technically it was a heavy weapon for the mech trooper. I'm kind of disappointed. Not gonna lie. Okay. You're fired. Get into the psychic fucking place. Jesus. Talk about waste of time and resources. Could do another instant. You're right. We could. We could. We could do power armor. Let's see. So right now we don't have a timer on that because we've paused everything for the chamber. Let's finish up this intel first. Okay. Adds a bonus slot. Okay, so this is for a healer, but it relies on a gem that we don't have. Man, we are lucking out on this. Like, we get a gem that adds bonus healing, but only if you combine it with another gem that we don't have. Good lord. Can I please?
Strategic
Jesus,
resource
thank you.
located.
44 intel. Alright. Supply raid. Alright, so we have 97 intel. First things first, I'm the realist. We go make contact over here.
New regional contacts located.
Now that's gonna allow us to hit this mission, which I think is the very next thing that we're gonna do. So with that being done, before we do that, let's hit the black market. We got 37 intel, Chad. We got 37 intel. Let's see what we can do with it at the black market. Rush stuff. Right. I mean, we could buy the superior scope for 20 intel.
Market
We've
is
made
open.
initial contact with the Resistance operatives working in this area, Commander. They're going to show us how to get into the Alien Forge facility.
Honestly, I don't think any of this is worth it. We could take some supplies, though, for 35 intel. We're not desperately low on supplies at the moment, so I think we're okay. I think we'll just hold what we got for the time being. Where's my fight? Don't worry, Ers. We're gonna get there. Alright, so let me save real quick. I just want to make sure we have a save in case we have a moment. Like we did on the last one. And then let's get back to the geoscape. And then let's get over here and hit this facility, Chad. Let's see if anything's changed. Oh. Okay. So it looks like the enemies on site have changed a little bit. We got 2 Archons, Elite Troopers, a Sectopod, Grenadier, Shield Bearer, 2 regular Mutons, an Elite Honor Guard, and a Lancer. It doesn't say that there's like a super powerful enemy here, but the Chosen could still potentially show up. The Archons could make this rough. The Sectopod could also make this rough. But we'll have to see. Alright, chat, here we go. Let's do this.
Setting course for Sector 7, Western Europe.
Let's do this. Alright, so, first things first. We gotta get all of our people out of here. You get the regular gauntlet. You're out, Kolowski. You're out. We got Dark Sarah, which, unfortunately, as we learned during the the Avenger defense mission. Doesn't work out so well when you have a psychic that has no long-range weaponry, so that if they can't use their psychic powers, the flamethrower also doesn't do very well, and then suddenly they're just completely ineffective. So, we might need to, instead of having Dark Sarah be a psychic trooper, we might need to give him a pistol instead. But we'll save that discussion for another time. For now... no, I got that. Alright, so who are we gonna put in on this one? I mean, I think we have to take Sierra. Because we know that Erst is a good hacker, and we know that Sierra is a good hacker, and we know that there's a sectopod on the field. So, having hackers that can deal with that is gonna be absolutely essential. Alright, AFP, thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks for being here on a Saturday. Always glad to have you. Hopefully you had a good time. And I do hope you have an outstanding rest of your weekend. But let's get Dracula Flow out there on the field. Maybe we give somebody the rage? Nah, if I do that, I'm gonna give it to somebody with close combat abilities. Alright, let's see. Who else do we want to... I mean, I guess I gotta go on this mission too, right? I feel like it's a requirement. I can't... Alright, there we go. I'll do that. Give me... Alright, for some stupid reason... Where's the big magnetic cannon thing? Who's holding my cannon? Somebody's got my cannon. There it is. Give me my cannon. I want that. Magnetic support cannon. What's the range suit actually look like? It looks kind of goofy.
We've only got one of these things, so be careful with it. Just because you look like a berserker doesn't mean you can go charging off into combat like they do.
I mean, you say that, Central. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna save the rage suit for someone with melee abilities. Let's see, who else do we put on the field? I mean, I think we need a good medic, so I think we put in Ven. Ven is definitely a good medic. Let's make sure they got their med kit. You know how we do. Let's see, who is Ven bonded with? Oh, it's EW, right? EW's already gone on a mission. You don't get to go on too, EW, sorry. Let's see. I mean, we could take Crappy Sniper. I mean, having a shotgun guy is definitely not gonna be a bad idea. Yes, I know it's a sniper rifle. Definitely a sniper rifle, you guys. Definitely. And let's see if we're gonna do that. And we already researched skull mining, so maybe we take a skulljack. Maybe. And then let's see. We already got Erst on there, so who do we take out for our 6th man? Yeah, I'm gonna get to the secondary items here in a second. Erst, I'm just trying to figure out who I want on the field so that I know who I need to go and strip equipment off of so that we can get everybody going. I mean, Elijah hasn't had a chance to go in. I'm trying not to take all, like, just the top people. I do kind of want to give some of our lower ranking folks a chance to get out there. I mean, Travis hasn't gotten any screen time today. Maybe we put him. Then that way we can have 2 heavy guns on the field. I got a feeling we're gonna need as much damage output as we can get. And then let's see. I forget what his abilities are. Free med kit, suppression, and a knife fighter. Alright. So medic is definitely the way to go for you. Could give you a knife and some rage armor. Instead of the predator armor. Just give him a big old knife. So let's see. The rage suit is +6 health, +1 mobility, and 1 armor. Predator is just +4 health. So the rage armor is definitely better. The rage armor is definitely better. So we give him the heavy machine gun. Apparently the rage armor also comes with a rocket launcher. I did not know that, but I guess it just comes with a free gauntlet. Oh, Chad. It's not for mech troopers. Chad, it's not for mech troopers. I feel like this is all coming together. This was not intentional, but I feel like it's fate. Rage armor also comes with molded ass cheek plating. Yeah, it does. Look at them cheeks. That's a tight ass right there, Chet. That is a tight ass. Speaking of, Travis, did you in fact remember to wash your ass when you were taking a shower? I assume shower, maybe bath, I don't know, whatever you're into. I assume you washed your ass, right? And then he has a free ammo slot because of the weapon, because of the attachment that we have on the weapon, so we can just go ahead and cram the tracer rounds in there. And we could potentially give him something besides a grenade, but I think a grenade is a good choice. Chat, why do I feel like this is a terrible idea? And yet, I'm in love with it? We're gonna go with it. We're gonna go with it. It's a great... No, it's a terrible idea. But it's my kind of terrible idea. You know what? Hold on. Let me do this. Because you have... What do you have? You have an advanced scope and you have an advanced repeater. Alright. What do you have? Advanced stock and advanced expanded magazine. Alright. So that's hair trigger and speed loader. Speed loader's always good. Basic repeater. I think we can do better than basic repeater. I think we can do better than that. Superior scope sounds great. If this were actually definitely a sniper rifle. But plus critical damage, I think, is better. Especially for a shotgun. We can put a superior magazine on there, though. Alright. Alright, Chet. I think the time is now. I think the time is now. Let's go investigate an Advent Forge, shall we? Wait. Items. Items! Good fucking call. I want to take more medkits. But I also want to make sure that I give Sierra the hacking laptop. Look, I'm feeling naked by taking 2 medkits. I don't like it. What is this auxiliary weapon? I mean, Ernst, you're already kind of doing some hacking. Let's go ahead and give you the hacker laptop too. Or we could potentially give you another rocket launcher. So we could give you 3 rocket launchers, or we could give you a hacking laptop. What are you feeling, Ernst? Hacking or more DACA? Laptop it is. All right. Well, I think it's about as good as it's gonna get, chat. Am I forgetting anything else before we get underway? I think we're looking good. I think we're looking good, chat. Let's make it hot. Your max was 69. You know, I'm not even surprised by that at this point. Like, you know what? That's on brand. That is on fucking brand. Alright, chat, here we go. Operation Lead Lust and or Lead Lust. Depending on how you want to read it. Uh-oh. XCOM. XCOM. The screen flashed there, it didn't crash, did it? XCOM.
As far as we can tell,
Okay.
this forge
All right,
is some
we're
sort
good.
of alien production
We're good.
facility, most likely tied to that stuff we found at the Black Site. Advent and the alien forces won't be happy to see us, so expect heavy resistance. We have to do whatever it takes to find out what's going on in there.